So how many sales do you need to make 1,000 of net profit every single month selling on Amazon? If you have your own private label product, in this video I'm going to show you exactly how many sales you need to make, how much you need to spend on inventory in terms of costs to make that magical 1,000 figure. Hello everyone, it's Sajad, Stealth Amazon FBA. Now for most of you who are complete beginners, this is a target that you might want. Remember, you can run your Amazon FBA business part-time at the beginning. Now if you're aiming for, let's say in this video example, 1,000 net profit per month, that's in pounds, so roughly $1,400 per month. We're going to reverse engineer the process and I'm going to explain to you exactly how much that's going to cost you. Not only in terms of your product, but also in terms of any promotions, advertising, and additional costs. Let's go through it right now. Now for this video, I'm going to be using Helium 10's tools, including their revenue calculator, to get a quick idea in terms of the Amazon costs when we sell each particular product. Now, if you're interested in Helium 10 software, I do have a link below in the description. Also in this video, I'm going to do a Helium 10 giveaway. Now, if you're interested in this giveaway, what you'll get if you win is you'll get the Helium 10 Platinum plan completely for free. And what that includes is Blackbox, so their product research tools, Cerebro. It also includes some of their listing tools, Amazon PPC, their Chrome extension, etc. So it's a very comprehensive package, an ideal tool for Amazon sellers. If you're interested in entering the competition, just comment below Helium 10 tools, and in the pinned comment underneath this video, that's also where I'll announce the winner of this particular competition. So let's get started. So I'm going to assume you have some sort of product research tool for this because you'll need it. Now, one thing I wanted to show you here is I've got 3 products. This first product here is a duvet cover, so pillowcases, etc. And the reason I'm using this example is because the package weight, you can see here, package dimensions are a little bit above average. So the weight here you can see is 1.18 kilograms. Now if you want that in pounds, very easily what you can do is you can multiply 1.18 by around 2.2, and then you've got an idea of pounds there. So it's around 2.6 pounds for this particular product. Now you can see here that the Amazon fees, that includes their commissions and the FBA fee, because I'm assuming for this, you're going to send all of your products to the Amazon fulfillment center and they're going to fulfill all of the orders for you. They're going to deal with any returns, etc. So you can see there the fees are £5.25. Now that's important and I'll come back to that in just a minute. Now this second product I've got here is an LED candle, basically light bulbs, a set of light bulbs there. And this usually sells for $17.99, but I've just changed the price here slightly to $16.99 so we can easily compare the two. Now this is a lighter product, 0.32 kilograms, which will work out to about 0.7, 0.8 pounds, something like that. And you can see the fees there are lower, £4.92. The final product here that I have is a iPhone case, which again sells for around the same price, but I've just adjusted it slightly in the revenue calculator so we can compare. And the fees here are a lot less, so they're £4.11. So from the heaviest item, $5.25, to $4.11, so a difference of about £1.10, something like that. But on a £17 selling product, that is quite significant. That's a reduction in costs of around 5 to 10% or so. So you have to keep that in mind when you're actually looking for a product to sell. Understand that there's a trade-off when you're selling heavier products. In general, there'll be less people doing those types of products, but at the same time, you're going to get an increase in costs. So just make sure your selling price is adequate, where you can actually get a decent net profit. So keep that in mind. But for this example, we're going to go with the middle product here, which is about 0.32 kilograms. And we're going to assume we're selling this type of product. And let's talk about product costs first, and then we'll work backwards. So if we were sourcing this type of product, let's say on Alibaba.com, I've just done a quick search for candle kind of light bulbs, 10 pack. So something similar. What we're looking at is something like this. So B22 light bulbs, and you can see that you've got prices per candle, and obviously the suppliers will be able to package them in 10 packs, etc. And you can see that with increased volume of your order, the price reduces dramatically, sometimes by 10, even 20%. But I'm assuming that you're beginning here, so we're going to be paying the highest price, which is 40 cents per bulb. So let's say over 10 bulbs, that's $4 because this is a 10 pack. And if we reduce $4, so if we divide that by 1.4 to get the price in pounds, we're looking at, in terms of product cost, about £2.85. Now let's call it £4 all in. So let's include shipping literally per 10 pack, about £1.15 all in. So let's use round numbers there and let's enter that into the revenue calculator. So let's say, for argument's sake, this product cost us door to door £4. So what we'll do there is we'll enter £4 here. And then we get an idea then of the net profit per product minus the fees from Amazon and minus our fees for product costs. Notice here, even if we increased it to 5 and we were extremely conservative, we still got a decent net number there. But I'm going to assume 4 because I'm pretty sure with this product, with a little bit of negotiating, contacting lots and lots of different suppliers, a simple light bulb you should be able to get for a very, very good price, even for a lower order quantity, because a lot of this stuff you can just literally buy off the shelf when it comes to factory order. You don't need to spend a massive amount of time branding, especially not for your first order. So let's say the net profit, and let's round it again. Let's say it's £8 per unit sold. So £8 per unit sold. Now I'm going to talk about advertising, etc. in just a minute, but let's reverse engineer. So how many of these units do we need to sell to make that £1,000 net profit per month? So let's get out our calculator again and do 1,000 divided by 8. So that gives us a target of 125 units. Now 125 units doesn't sound like a lot, and the good thing sometimes in business is you have to break things down, especially when you're getting particularly anxious about doing investments. I always turn to logic and mathematics because I find it really helps, and also just understand as an entrepreneur you have to have a basic grasp of numbers. I'll give you a very good example of this. A lot of you watching right now, you may watch shows like Dragon's Den, for example, or Shark Tank, and you've seen investors invest in people's private label products. But a lot of the time, you might notice that they're not investing in the product itself. They're actually making an investment in the person behind the product. What they're looking for are sharp individuals who have a good grasp of numbers, who have a good idea of the strategy. And this is what I'm outlining for you here in this video. You need to have an idea, a kind of path, a route that you're taking. It doesn't matter if along the way certain things work out in your favor, certain things do not. You have to have some more sort of idea of what you're actually doing. So now that we've broken it down into 125 units, it seems a lot more digestible. In fact, I can break this down further and get an average number of units I need to sell per day. So I'll divide this by 30, an average month. And that results in around 4 units to 5 units per day. That is all. Again, very manageable. Remember, Amazon is a massive marketplace with millions and millions of customers on there every single day. Just selling 4 units of your product per day on a consistent basis. Remember, it will fluctuate. These are just estimates. So some days you might sell 10 units, some days 2. But on average, 4 to 5 units per day will get you potentially to that 1,000 in net profit mark, so around $1,400. Now let's have a look at some of the other figures. How much would we need to do in terms of revenue for this product? So that's where it gets very easy. If our selling price is £17 and we're selling 125, all we do is 17 multiplied by the 125, and that will give us an idea. So £2,125 in terms of sales. However, what are the actual costs for this product? And this is where we're going to discuss some of the other extra costs involved when it comes to running an Amazon business. So in terms of product costs, let's say we're using the £4 example. We do 4 multiplied by 125. So you're paying your supplier up front, an even number there, £500. And you're paying that obviously before you receive any products. Now this is just products and shipping. And let's say you've sent them all directly to an Amazon fulfillment center. So they'll have them there and they'll have them ready. And suddenly one day your product will be live and it will be active. But what are the other costs involved? So I'm going to give you a quick idea. Again, I'm assuming you're a complete beginner. You need some sort of product research software to have found the product. But this is not absolutely essential, but it's very, very helpful. So let's say you spent a month researching, and for that month you spent £25 for some type of product research software. Again, this is just an average price. You get cheaper ones, you get some free tools out there as well. You get very advanced tools, including the entire suite of Helium 10, for example, that can be as much as $97 per month upwards. But I'm just going to go for the average again. So let's add to that £25. And then to have an active professional seller account on Amazon is also around £25 per month. There is a little bit of VAT to add to that as well. So it depends on your marketplace, can end up £28 or $28. But again, let's use averages and let's use £25 again. So 25 plus another 25 is so far £550. Now, first, to get this product up and running, I do advise using some sort of sponsorship and also using some sort of kind of sponsor ads, also adding some vouchers and some additional kind of ways to incentivize the buyer to actually purchase your product. Now, this will definitely affect your margins. So let's say you spend £200 extra on PPC, which for this light, kind of cheaper selling product is adequate to get the ball rolling. So let's add another 200 there, and that takes us to around £750. And remember, we're only aiming for 1,000 in net profit. But understand that these initial costs, like for example, product research for this particular product and sponsored ad campaigns to get this product up and running, it's initial costs you pay. It's not ongoing costs. You might be doing some PPC, but it'll be a lot less than what you need when you first launch the product. And obviously you might not need product research software anymore if you've already actually found products to sell. And also be mindful of the fact that, let's say the product cost was that, and you're running some vouchers where you're trying to promote your product further. You want to sell your product cheaper at the beginning to be more competitive, and you add a voucher on it. So let's say that reduces the price to $14.99 rather than $16.99. Well, you're still going to be left with a decent profit. In fact, what is the break-even price for this? Let's take it right down to $10.99. Even at $10.99, you're still making a net profit, although a lot less. So let's say you were selling for $10.99 and you're just trying to clear this product. Well, then it's 125 times £3 net profit. So you're only making £375 rather than the 1,000 that we were originally aiming for. And you have to understand that when you first flip that product, when you first try and sell out of your initial units, your initial investment, you will be getting closer to break even rather than a massive profit, unless you've hit on a product that is a kind of a new trending product or just has massive ROI, return on investment. But this is where it gets interesting. This is what a lot of beginners don't realize. It's not the first batch of products that are going to make you a good bit of money. It's once this product starts selling well and regularly, and you've got the reviews, and you're able to increase that selling price back to $16.99, because we're talking about 1 month. However, let's talk about your second or third month now selling this particular product. And I'm assuming then that the sales don't actually increase, even though they usually do, especially if the market has a much higher demand than just those 125 units per month, which is very, very low. But let's assume that it just stays at that for 6 months. Let's talk about month 2, 3, and 4. So the next 3 months of you selling this product on Amazon. Well, potentially, if you're just selling the same number of units, that's an extra 3,000 in terms of revenue. And what you're paying per month to stock this product remains the same. It remains £500. So over 3 months, you've paid £1,500 in terms of restocking the product. And let's say you don't need as much sponsored ads and other related costs. Well, potentially your revenue of those 3 months, we've already discussed, it's 1,000 per month. So let's say it's 3,000 in net profit. That's a very, very healthy return on your 1,500 that you've actually invested in the product. And I'm talking about the financial aspect, but let's talk a little bit about the time aspect. That's very, very important as an entrepreneur. We're not only leveraging our capital, we're leveraging our time as well. And at the beginning, you have limited capital, but you do have a little bit more time to invest in setting up your Amazon business. Understand that with this product in months 2, 3, and 4, you're doing nearly nothing on this product. You might hear differently on YouTube, but that's just the truth. If a product's selling really well, you've already optimized the images, the keywords, you've got some sponsored ads running, and you're selling that 125 units. Yes, you might want to sell 800, 900 units of that product, but still, for very minimal time invested, you can do 125 units only. That's a very, very good return on your time. Because for months 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you're not really doing anything. It's just selling. All you're doing is restocking the product. Rather than spending a great deal of time, headache, trying to push it to 800, 900 units, sometimes you could be better off actually focusing on launching a new product, perhaps in that same niche or a different niche. These are the great kind of decisions you'll come to make as an entrepreneur. These are the enjoyable decisions. Which direction do you go? A lot of the time, there's no right answer. Every answer is the right answer. It's for you to weigh up those pros and cons. So there's people who do 50,000 or 100,000 per month selling on Amazon. You can do that with just a limited number of products. In one of my brands, I only have a limited number of products and I'm making those numbers. But then in another brand, I'm doing that spread over 20 to 25 products, for example. So there's no set way to do this, and you can't make an assumption that one is easier than the other. With the products where there's a lot of high demand, what happens is you end up spending a lot more time optimizing your campaigns and keeping an eye on certain keywords that are performing well, etc. In those products where the demand is generally lower, you actually don't need a lot of sponsored ads at all. Your A cost tends to be very, very low because it's a lower demand kind of environment. And that way, you don't actually have to do a lot of work on the products. You only have to restock. So you see everywhere it's a trade-off. So just in summary, realize that when you first start, it's a good idea to just jot down a few numbers to get an idea of your path for your first Amazon product and what you're trying to aim for. And then also understand, even if you hate doing the numbers, you have to get used to doing some basic mathematics when it comes to business. That's the only way you'll succeed. You'll need to understand how much profit you're making, how much you're spending on different things related to your business. It's a good idea to kind of break it down into a spreadsheet. But also another point, don't overthink it too much either. Understand that $5 or £10 here or there is not going to make or break your business. The best entrepreneurs, they don't worry too much about those very, very fine details. They worry about the bigger numbers and scaling to the bigger demand products. Being a bit too much OCD about this process will actually make you a lot more anxious when it comes to certain fluctuations. For example, I just described here, every single day your sales will fluctuate. It's never going to be that fixed 4 or 5 units every single day. Your supplier costs could go up. The dollar exchange rate with the pound could fluctuate over 6 months, 10 or 15%. So your costs are constantly changing. You cannot control everything in business, so keep that in mind as well. So that's it for this video. I'll link another one here right now that you can watch related to your Amazon business. And if there are any other areas you'd like me to cover, please again just comment below. Thanks very much for listening.